Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I go by Melinda, NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver this latest general, timeless, channeled tarot message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So, in this message, we might talk about some things you might not want to address. It could be very triggering. It could be something related to fears, okay, or your shadow traits. Whatever message comes out, this free message is brought to you by Spirit. So, we don't get to ask questions here. Unless you want to send your $10 donation, then we can add you to the list at the end of the general session for a personal question. Now, for those of you who are new, so thankful and grateful that you've aligned with us at this time. For those of you returning, thank you for your continued loyalty. It's much appreciated. And we're going to get into this message tonight, beginning with a card from the P&Q Oracle. Thank you, Lesser God, creator of all that ever is, was, will, bear, could be, for these perfect messages as they're coming out for tonight's Tarot in the Shadow series. What is the message that I am to deliver? Thank you. And from the P&Q Oracle, P drew it. I don't remember this guy's name, but there are a couple of characters. You have someone who's really tall and somebody who's really short. I see one who's the taller one with the protective arm around the other. The little one has a lot to say. I hear it has a lot to say. I'm just looking at the colors, and what's on their mind is these red on above their head is giving me the energy of thoughts regarding safety and security. Root chakra matters, so they could be thinking about where they're going to live. They could be thinking about what they're going to eat. They could be thinking about whether or not they're safe, okay, or secure. And I see there's this one here. I notice that they're not touching, but this protective arm is still there. And so there's a very protective energy here. Could be being bestowed on somebody who is at a physical distance, okay? Somebody here having some strong concerns about their physical well-being, about their physical safety and security, okay? So let's find out what we have happening for the overall energy in our Tarot in the Shadows message tonight. And we're going to work with the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle to pull the overall message. So what do we have at this time? Okay, and they're showing me to do this and pull a card. Here we go. It is the High Priestess of Earth. She comes through with card number 3, and she's giving me a strong Empress energy. Interestingly enough, as I was preparing the decks for the session this evening, while I was pre-shuffling, I had the Empress card show itself to me for my handmade clarifier. So we could totally be dealing with Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, our mother energy coming through here. Now let's see what the guidebook has to say about the High Priestess of Earth. Okay, and card number 3, here we go. It says, when you choose the symbol of the High Priestess of Earth, I, Nyx, the goddess of night, am nudging you to take care of your health and your beautiful body. My vampire High Priestess of Earth symbolizes all things in the physical world, your body, the body of Earth, and the things you surround yourself with. Now is the time to eat well, get rest, and get connected to the power of the earth by walking barefoot. Be mindful, knowing you are a child of flesh and bone who came alive through the blending of earth magic and your spirit. If your question is about a situation with a friend or a love interest, know that the High Priestess of Earth is asking you to wait until you see tangible evidence of what you seek to understand about this relationship. Perhaps a first kiss or some shared activity will give you more insight into your question. Stay grounded and wait and see. All right. So let's see what are 3 factors related to the overall message from tonight's Tarot in the Shadows free message that Spirit wants us to deliver for you tonight. We'll use the tea leaf fortune cards to pull this. So let's see, what do we have as the 3 factors for our Tarot in the Shadows message this evening. And for some reason, all my cards, like, not only did I pre-shuffle them, but I've got this a little bit of sage burning here. There's one. They want some sage tonight, so we'll be lighting a little bit of sage throughout the session. Okay, so there's 1. There's 2. 1 more, please. And there's 3. The bottom of the deck says funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Okay. We want to give a shout out to Amruta, our first commenter for the session this evening. Thank you for your beautiful presence. Look forward to getting to know you more if you keep coming back. All right. Our first card that came out as the first factor in tonight's Tarot in the Shadow session is the Unicorn. It says, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. The second energy that came out is the Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. Beautiful. And the third factor that came out for tonight's Tarot in the Shadows message is the Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Okay. So let's see what is overall guidance for tonight's Tarot in the Shadows message. All right, we had 2 coming out there telling me strongly to take them both. The bottom of the deck is happiness. So happiness is at the root of what's been going on. You've been getting in tune with your happiness, allowing your happiness to flow. I hear genuinely allowing your happiness to flow. That's a good, important thing. You can feign happiness all you want to. And even if you put a smile on your face, if you're not feeling good, it would trigger your brain to release the chemicals related to happiness in you eventually. But this is authentic happiness is what I'm hearing. So as our guidance overall for tonight's message, what do we have? Uncertain. And we have positivity. So what I'm getting from these 2 together is where the paths are uncertain, you have to keep a positive mindset about things. You may not know how you're going to attain a goal, attain an outcome, or how things are going to work out, but you have to continue to assert and affirm that somehow everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me, because everything is always working out for me. So that is what we have here for the general guidance. Now, tonight we're going to be utilizing the Lustrous Tarot for our main tarot deck. This is what the box looks like. And the folks over at Jabri would offer you 20% off any of the decks you purchase from them. They're the providers of this deck as well. And you can go ahead and use my purchasing code below to get your discount. It's a discount code below the video. Just click on the link. Go get yourself a new deck. And the folks at Jabri will be supporting this channel as well. So, let's see what we have. Again, all the decks have been pre-shuffled. So let's look at your energy. And we're going to be pulling a 5-card spread I was showing tonight. So your energy in this experience, please and thank you. What is your energy in tonight's experience? This Tarot in the Shadows experience. Okay, they're very much, it's like they're yelling at me. Just spread the cards and pick. I'm like, okay. So I'm to spread the cards as you've seen and pick 5 cards. So your energy is here. Okay, there's your energy. The energy of the situation at hand. Here we go. And the other side of the table. who or what's on the other side of the table. What Spirit wants you to know, what God wants you to know in this, okay? And the overall guidance for you in moving forward in your best interest here. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Hits the Devil, and I'm holding it in reverse. So you have overcome some major fears, some addictions. You've overcome some challenges. You've released yourself from some connections that weren't beneficial to you. Below that, yeah, we have, so below this Devil card, we have the Six of Wands. Yeah, there's been a victory here. You've overcome some ego. For some of you, this was about ego energy that was keeping you in a cycle. Your ego was causing you to make choices that kept you in a cycle that had you feeling stuck. You've overcome the ego. Someone here, yeah. And below that Six of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so there's an emotional detachment that has happened, and this is part of what has helped you to release from some unhealthy form of attachment that was going on here. Excuse me. So, just rearrange these cards a little differently, and let's begin. So, once I pull the cards for the first position as we move through all the clarifying decks, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different decks. I'm going to pull for all the additional positions. So starting with your energy in this experience, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. They're telling me, so you could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But this, I see you protecting your heart, protecting your assets, pulling your energy back, taking care of, I hear taking care of number one. This is about you taking care of your beautiful heart and your home. Four of Pentacles is holding on. Yeah, you're holding on to what is of true value for you, okay? And does that involve you having to let go? Because as soon as I said holding on, I heard letting go. So clearly, if you've overcome the devil energy here, there had to be a letting go. If you haven't overcome it, maybe you're still holding on to some sort of obsession, addiction, a feeling of a lack of control, feeling like there's nothing you can do, feeling like you're stuck in some type of way. So we'll see what comes out from our clarifiers. And what's at the bottom of the deck is where we'll begin. So at the bottom of my handmade clarifiers, we have the King of Cups. So is this in relation to a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces masculine energy for someone? Yes, it is. Okay. The King of Cups talks about a need for emotional mastery. Okay. And it talks about having a lot of feelings and needing to act on them instead of just feeling them, okay? The King of Cups in a lower vibration could totally be somebody who has feelings and does nothing about it. I'm hearing somebody has been harboring a grudge, okay? Somebody's been harboring a grudge here, okay? Let's look at what the book has to say before we begin our clarifiers for this Four of Pentacles message here. Four of Pentacles. I love the bright, vivid colors of the lustrous tarot. If you like right-away imagery, you'll love the brightness of the cards. I do. Okay. Now, the Four of Pentacles, it says, be careful with your resources. It is a good time to save and be conservative with finances. The symbolism is a man with a stern look on his face sits on a stone bench in front of a city background. The four coins represent the hard work and serious effort it takes to accumulate wealth and financial security. Upright, it means conservation and cautiousness. In reverse, it means miserliness and hoarding. So there is an energy of conserving your energy. And for me, the Pentacles always talk also not only about finances and material goods, material resources, but it speaks very much about your time and the way you use it. See, in the world, there's a saying, is that time is money in this world. Yeah. And I really believe that time is your most valuable asset, because time is the one thing that once you've spent it, it's gone and you cannot buy more of it. So it's like you really need to use your time wisely. Well, let's clarify this and see exactly what's going on here. Our first clarifier we have out is the Page of Wands, and it talks about good news and adventure. It talks about a new adventure. It talks about opportunity. We have the Three of Pentacles, opportunity to build, opportunity to work together, opportunity to cooperate. Then we have the Fool here. Okay, the Fool is the Fool representing being in a new journey. The Fool is the journeyer. The Fool is the one who's making the travels. Okay, the Four of Wands is talking about a celebration, a homecoming. Okay, setting stable foundations. It talks about traditionally it's a reception. It's a reception party. Okay, celebrating a union of two. Somebody here, has there been an obsessive relationship here, and you pull back your energy from this obsessive relationship? For somebody, that's definitely happened here. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we have. Clarifying this Four of Pentacles, please, and thank you. All right, soplalo. All right, so clarifying this Four of Pentacles in your energy, we have from the signature series, haters are gonna hate. You're clearly doing something right. Now they have something to hate on. So you have good news. Things are working out for you, and you're walking away from a party. I see somebody who was at some sort of gathering, some sort of get together, some sort of party, and you're like, I'm leaving, because you picked up on some haters. Somebody didn't like your good news. I see you telling your good news, and somebody threw some salt on it and walked away. They might have had some ill will, said some ignorant shit, to try to bring you down, to try to knock you down with the beautiful things that you've got going on right now. Either way, whatever they said or did, you're not trying to hear it. And you're like, okay, well, if you can't be happy for me, that's okay. You say, I might not know how it's going to work out, but I know that everything is always working out for me. And you say, if you can't see it, that's fine. I'm out of here. It feels like that. The bottom of the deck says the scales are tipping in your favor. So when I designed this card, I was trying to explain what Spirit has shown me for a long time about some numbers here. So the 5 is in the middle of this number line. The only real numbers are 1 through 9. Everything else is an embellishment upon that. Okay, so this is saying, hey, you found your balance in this experience. Like I said, something might have been making you feel stuck, but you realized what you had to pull back from. For some of you, you had to pull back from some friendship circle that ended up turning out to be your real enemies, and so let's go into our next clarifiers. I decided to pull the Prism Oracle out tonight for our next set of clarifiers for tonight's session. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. It's reflection. Reflection. So, was there in your experience something or someone who was giving you cause for reflection? You've been thinking about, does this really serve me? Okay. Some of you were connected to a shadow reflection, and some of you were connected and felt very attached to somebody who was just a shadow reflection. Some of you were connected to a relationship that offered a lot of lust and a lot of physical attraction, but it had no substance to it in this connection. Okay. And I see that you made a decision to pull your energy back from it. Maybe they turned on you in that case and became a hater. Let's see, what do we have coming out in the pain? So in your energy, we have the pain here. It hurts like a bee, but then it sets you free. I'm surprised we didn't have the Ace of Wands come out there in that position. It hurt to figure out who was hating on you. It hurt to find out that somebody who you thought was your friend or your family turns out that they're a big hater energy in your life. You were never expecting to see that. You were never expecting that to be the outcome with this one in your life. That wasn't what you were looking for. And I see though that you're here trying working to process that pain that it caused you. Okay, yeah, and the thing of it is, your intuition was showing you where you needed to make some changes. And as you've done, release some connection to something or someone that was showing you salty vibes, hater vibes. It puts you in a place of triumph over challenges and obstacles. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're still dealing with this right now. And as we move forward in this reading, what I hear is you're going to get more confirmation. And it's like a lot of you might be this one here, and you're protected by some sort of spirit guide. I'm seeing the taller energy here as a spirit guide. I'm looking at the 3 stars here that surround the upper energy of this guide. So while you've got ideas on your head about things that you have to speak up and say something, this red here is giving me around security and stability. You're finding that you're realizing certain ones you can't trust who have been close to you, and that's painful to accept. Yeah, the bottom of our clarifier, the words of clarity deck, is pleasure. So again, for some of you, we're talking about a connection to somebody, and you're finding out that it was based purely off the sexual attraction that had no real substance to it. And that was hurtful to recognize and realize, because when it came down to it, they didn't help, they hated. When it came down to being there for you, they left you on your own. When they could have, when you really needed them, they deserted you, is what I'm hearing. So in your position, yeah, empowering. So here you are empowering yourself, although ones have been who and what they have been, you're empowering yourself in this energy now. So that's really wonderful to see in your energy. Okay, let's get our first round of trivia popping from the I Know trivia cards. Just running these over the sage as I promised I would. All right, what is your energy? Clarifying your energy, 1 card for tribe's energy, please and thank you. Let's look at your energy. What is your energy in this? Thank you. All right. So in your energy, to begin our first round of trivia, we have a politician showing up. So I bet you know who this is. George Washington. So let's see what we have for our first round of trivia. In his first term, the true or false question, in his first term, George Washington was elected unanimously. True or false? This is true. So what I'm getting here is part of what helped you realize that you had a hater in your midst was that you were chosen. You're a chosen one. You were chosen for a job. You were chosen for a promotion. You were chosen to be a lover. You were chosen in some sort of way. And it triggered somebody here. It triggered somebody in your experience. And it was very, very frustrating for you, but it taught you a lot. Okay. Now, which one of these documents was signed by Washington? Was it the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, or was it the Declaration of Independence? It was the Constitution. So this is showing up here talking about you were honoring spiritual law in this. Okay, the Constitution is like the basis of our freedoms, the law. Okay, so George Washington signing this, what I'm channeling from that is you empowered yourself with this empowering card. It may have been a very painful situation here, but you have honored the guidance of spirit, and you've honored spiritual law in the way you've moved. You had some haters in your energy. That was really tough to realize. I mean, when you think That somebody's on your side, you think they're your friend, your lover, your family, whatever, and then they turn against you when you've got something. So it could be as simple as you had some really great news to tell. You wanted something to happen. It's finally going so well. And then they're like, yeah, well, such and such did it better. And these things don't ever work. They threw salt on your game. They did. You have something good to talk about, they throw salt on your game. That's an enemy. Okay. In the third question is our open-ended question. What river did Washington lead his army across during the Revolutionary War? It was the Delaware. So, every time I get this, it could totally be family. This could be family issues. Now, I have my own personal reasons why the Delaware triggers that for me, and Spirit channeling this message through me. Yeah, this has to do with family karmic cycles. This has to do with toxic family members for someone, and that's why the Four of Pentacles came through talking about protecting your heart. Family is supposed to be that safe space. They're supposed to be the ones that are got your back from backside to side, up, down, all around. Blood is thicker than water. It don't always freaking work out that way, And some of you learned a lot younger than I did that it don't always work out that way. For me, I was damn near 30 years old by the time I realized, not to judge people who talk shit about their parents or who have nothing to do with their parents. And it wasn't until I started my nail career when I realized, some people have really crappy moms. Now, I was, because of my personal life experience, I was aware that there are really crappy dads. But I had never realized just how crappy some people's moms were. And we did talk about, for someone, there's some mother energy here. So for some, this is empowering yourself by being okay with the fact that you don't like your parents. You might love them, but you don't like them. For someone, there's an experience here where maybe you were judgmental about somebody else's feelings about their parents, because maybe you, like I used to be, and you thought that, oh man, everybody should be respectful for your parents. You shouldn't talk about your parents like that. What you mean you wouldn't try to make up with your parents? That's your mom, though. Listen, keep your judgments to yourself. Do yourself that favor, because you might walk into a situation where somebody has truly had crappy freaking parents. There are children who are abused in all sorts of ways by their parents. So it's not your place or mine to judge anyone else's feelings about their relationship with their parents. And I've been guilty of that. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, I do believe, for me personally, that if they're alive and you have the opportunity to try and it looks like they're loving on you, great. But you know what? You have to use your intuition to make beneficial changes for yourself. So if your intuition said, let go of your parents because they ain't doing nothing but throwing salt on your game, they don't believe in you, they're bringing you down, they're low vibration, they're toxic. Well, honey, by all means, separate from them yesterday. Okay. And maybe that's what somebody here is doing, trying to separate from some crappy parents that have been in your experience, and you've been feeling held down by them throughout your whole life. And listen, if you got parents that have abused you in some type of, and it's coming out very strong, I can tell you right now, what I'm hearing is there's somebody who watched this reading, whether you're watching it while the little red rectangle is live or not. There's somebody who's going to watch this reading, and there was a lot of sexual abuse from your parents. And if that's you, my heart goes out to you. My dad did a lot of physical abuse, some mental abuse, some emotional abuse. I was blessed to at least not be physically abused by my father or my mother, but somebody out here wasn't. And if that's you, my heart goes out to you. And yes, you should totally separate yourself from that. And no, not any one of these forms of abuse is less or worse than the other. They're all abuse. They all fall under the same freaking blanket. So somebody here, you've been getting hated on because you had to remove yourself from some parents, okay? And then there's that energy here. What do they call George Washington? A founding father, right? Yeah. For someone, we're totally dealing with some energies around somebody's father. Very dark, abusive energies. Did you learn all your darkness from your daddy? Shit, I did. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, I learned about stealing from my dad. I watched him steal shit out the store. I think he grabbed a cassette or something like that out of Best Buy, put that shit right in his pocket. I watched my father steal. That was one of the first ugly things that I did myself was I got caught stealing freaking lip gloss and nail polish from the grocery store. I came back and I was messing with the stuff that I sold. My mom called me. She said, "Where'd you get that from?" I said, "From the store." She said, "Oh, you're taking it back." She marched my ass right back to the store and made me return it. And then they pretended like they was going to call the police and some more shit. I was scared. Did that stop me from stealing? Hell no. I stole some more as a young child. I'm admitting it. I learned, the point is, bad habits from my own father. Did you learn some bad habits from your father? I'm picking up on somebody's energy here. And you actually learned drug addiction from your father. And if that's you, I'm so sorry. Oh shit, somebody else just came through and you've been an addict your whole life because I'm seeing your mother was doing heroin when she was pregnant with you, and you ain't got no choice to have methadone treatments. I'm hearing all your life. Wow. Wow, the shit is getting deep. I got to smoke to that. Oh, honey, this is why I say you can't judge folks for how they feel about their parents. You don't know what the fuck their parents done did to fuck with their head, fuck with their health, fuck with their well-being. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with, and you don't know what they've been through. So you can keep all your judgments to yourself. That's what somebody around you need to do. They need to keep their dang judgments to themselves, because until you've walked, oh, my poor baby, until you've walked a mile in somebody's shoes, you don't know what they've been through, and you have no place to judge them. Only God can judge me. Only God can judge me, like Tupac said. And in the Bible, it didn't say that you were to judge one another. It said this is the new commandment. Jesus said that you should love one another as I have loved you. You should love one another. That's what you should do. It didn't say judge one another. It said love one another. You know what I'm saying? So, and it now something else is coming to mind. So there's somebody here. It was really hard for you because you had somebody who preyed on you by telling you that somebody in their family was sick, somebody died. They were trying to elicit pity from you. They knew that your family member, I'm getting your mother, actually passed from cancer. And somebody here manipulated you out of a bunch of money because they were talking about some experimental treatment that could save their loved one's life, and you gave to them, and come to find out it was all a con. These fucking con artists, oh my God. Let me just say this. What I'm hearing is I wouldn't want to be no part of the karmic repercussions for what these people have done. I wouldn't want to be no part of the karmic repercussions for what these people have done. Now, I'm also hearing about, we're getting into a whole bunch of shadow shit. Like I said, in Tarot in the Shadows, it often happens that the stuff we don't like to talk about is exactly what we're going to talk about. The stuff that you would like to bury under the rug and hide and ignore and pretend like it's not there is exactly what we got to talk about. So I'm picking up on some pedophilia and some incest in somebody's background as well. And it's like you've been I'm picking up on somebody who's been very guarded, very shy, very much a recluse energy your whole life, because the very relationships that were supposed to protect you in your youth from your childhood, they came through and they violated you. And that did something to your mind. But You're in this phase of life. It's a very healing phase. And what you need to know is you have a spirit guide right here on your side. This tall dude looks like a spirit guide. Remember I said he's not physically touching. Yeah, you got a story to tell. I hear you got a story to tell. Is this really blue? Because I see it like this is blue. And just FYI, I have a color deficiency, so I really do have colorblind. That could be purple or blue, but I think it's blue. I don't care what color it is. It's coming through like blue. Blue. Oh, so lonesome for you. Why can't you be blue over me? Oh, somebody here. You're feeling so blue because you don't know what to do. But then you start realizing that whatever was removed from you was a trigger for more tragedy in your life. And now you're having difficulty reconciling because part of you misses somebody who is so abusive to you. Yet and still, you know you're better off. So there's some guilt about being grateful that they're fucking dead now. Oh, my Lord. Honey, do me a favor. We're going to do a little bit of magic for you here and now. Yeah. So the way you feel is okay. It's okay for you to have this conflict of interest in your feelings. It's actually very normal, okay? But understand that these contrasting feelings in you are coming up because as you're feeling them and you're releasing them, you're actually healing them. See, emotions stay bottled up inside until you release them. So the same way it came in is the same way it's going to go out in most cases. That's been my personal experience. And I feel like that's why you're experiencing the pain right now. You're experiencing some pain because something came in with a lot of pain. So anywhere where you're judging yourself and you're being extremely self-critical and harsh on yourself because you're glad someone's dead, somebody's left your life, because even though you love them, they cause you some sort of trauma, some sort of major pain and major violation of your human rights of decency, because you've never felt safe, because you've always felt victim, because it was done to you. This is your truth. You know this. Anywhere where you're holding on to that pain, where you're holding on to the guilt for being free from it, for the guilt for not being there for somebody at their deathbed or to help take care of them now that they're in need. Because, hey, it's something that you've had to live with your whole life, and to go back into that situation would be abusive to yourself. And you've been protecting yourself. You've had to protect yourself since you was a child. Anywhere where you're not at peace with that, would you like to uncreate and destroy those feelings of guilt, of shame, of pain, of abandonment, of abuse and victimization? Would you like to uncreate and destroy all that right now on all time, space, and dimension? Yes, yes. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Oh, that was a huge release. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes, honey. Yes. Did you feel that? Put something in the comments if you felt that first release. Oh, Lord. Yes, please. And thank you, Lothar Scott. I thank you for the healing that's happening here. I thank you that all that shame, all that guilt, all that pain is cast off of them now, that they are being made pure and clean and accepting that they have contrasting feelings, and that as they feel them and they know that these are passing feelings, that they're giving that final release to release themselves from the emotional burdens, that they've been trying to bury them and hide them so long, but that their healing comes through feeling for the release. Feeling emotions. E equals energy. Energy and motion. You're moving energy, moving these energies out of your life. Praise, praise, praise. I give praise for your healing here and now. Praise. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I feel that so strong. Do you feel that? Yes. 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 Please and thank you. And again, they say, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah, everything is always working out for me. Even the shit storm you've been through, all the difficulties in your life, they actually served you to empower you. That's why you have empowering coming out right now. As you're releasing these painful memories, these painful feelings attached to that thing that fucked your mind up, fucked your heart up, as you're healing that, what's coming into your heart right now? Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. They said, will you do the work? I said, yes, I will. What's coming into your heart to fill in the gaps, to fill in the cracks, is love and peace and happiness, and love and peace and happiness. Your empowerment is coming in. See, the wound is where the light enters, honey. The wound is where the light enters. Thank you, Rumi, for your quote. Yes, please and thank you. The wound is where the light enters, and you're receiving that healing. And as you gave your audible yes, yes to the healing spell that was cast here for you this night, you allow space for this light to come in. As you release these emotions, you let the light come in, and the love and the peace and the happiness. And you say, but I still feel like shit, Melinda. And I say, I understand that. The way you feel is okay. Be nice to yourself right now in this day. The light is there. You heard me? The light is there. It's coming in. And your heart right now, I hear, is in a state of repair. Praise. Your energy is in a state of repair. Yes. Your root chakra is now being repaired. They're saying, yeah, we're going to break that. We're going to spin that root chakra in reverse for a moment here. Yeah, to break off all the sediment everywhere where it's been stuck. Now we're going to spin it to the right and get it moving in the direction it's supposed to be going. Yeah, we're going to spin that root chakra to the right. If you're feeling your chakras, if you're feeling some energy sensation around your bottom, put some in the comments and put hashtag root chakra healing for us. Yeah, because you're going through a root chakra healing right now. Yes, please and thank you. For some of you, they saying now hit the throat chakra. The throat chakra, yeah, you ain't spoke up for yourself. We're going to reverse that energy right quick. We're going to break up anywhere where it's been stuck. Any wrenches in the wheel just fell off, yeah. And now we're going to spin it to the right and get that that throat chakra. That throat chakra. Ooh, they said that root chakra is still spinning with it, yeah. That we're going to spin that throat chakra in the right place. You will speak up for yourself. You will tell your experience from a place of empowerment from here on out. Where you used to tell your story and your experience in a place of pain and betrayal, you are going to begin to tell your experience from a place of healed empowerment, and you will empower others. They're saying part of how this shitty experience you had is working out for you is in the fact that you now will take your experience and all you've learned, and you will empower others, and you will speak up. Many of you are going to become advocates. You will become counselors. You will become spokespeople, maybe not in an official position. Maybe it's just with the people who cross your path, because see, you all have your own ministry. You have your own ministry. You have those who are attracted to you because they're having experiences that you have been healing. I'm so thankful and grateful for you. I'm so thankful and grateful for you that just like I sit here and I talk about the pains I've been through in my life and how it's benefited me, that's what you begin to do here more and more in your days to come, you see. Praise. I give praise for your healing. That's beautiful. All right, now we started speaking for 45 minutes here. We've been going. And we've only touched on your energy. We still have 4 more positions of cards to go. But I want to say here, we have Lost Girl. Honey, you just found a part of yourself. She said, OMG, you just nailed it. That's me with my dad. Okay. Summer said, my body started tingling at my toes and slowly traveled up my body. Praise. I give praise for your healing. Yes, I give praise for your healing. All right. So let's look at our next position. 45 minutes in on one position. Lord, help us. All right. In the next position here, we're going to talk about the situation, the current situation, what's happening in your situation right now. What do we have? As the main tarot card, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this, a fresh start. This is like an empty plot of land and you just got the deed to it, honey. What you going to build on it? Okay. This is a starting point. You're going to build something new, a new beginning, a restoration, ownership of new property, of new ideas. Somebody got a new job. Somebody got a fresh start, a new lease on life. Somebody going to have a windfall of cash. Somebody going to receive an inheritance of some sort. God is bringing a new person into someone's life here today. Somebody is going to be having some very beneficial changes coming into your life. New opportunities and possibilities and paths are opening up for you. You've triumphed over obstacles. And what are you going to build on your new land? See, your life is now a new land. Your life is now a new land. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please and thank you. Your life is now a new land. What will you build on it? Oh, beautiful. I love this. All right. Somebody's in a new city. I hear somebody's in a new city. Somebody just moved to the countryside. I hear somebody just moved to the countryside. You just needed to get away from all the family. I hear you needed to get away from all the family. You're in a new place. You're away from the family. You're away from the ones that caused you this pain in some sort of way. Now that you finally attained somebody just bought a new house and you're looking back at all the poverty you grew up in. You're looking and you're saying, finally, I feel safe. Somebody just barely moved out of their childhood home. You're a younger person. You've been living with your parents since you were born, and you just got out of your childhood home and you say, finally, I'm safe. Finally, you're feeling safer than you ever have before, because those people that injured, that hurt, that betrayed you, that violated you, they can't come in this place. They don't have the keys. I heard they don't even know where you live. I heard they don't even know where you live. They can't find you no more. I see a young woman who's been being sexually abused by her father until about age 16 when he finally stopped. He finally stopped around when you was around 16 years old, but you still had to see him every day. He stopped because you got your period, I heard. He only stopped because you got your period. Wow, your period didn't come to you at 16 years, a late bloomer, wasn't you? Thank God for that, you said, because I don't want to be giving birth. Oh my God, really? Oh my word. Somebody here, you don't know who your father is, and what you don't know is a lot of, oh my heart. Somebody here, you don't know who your you don't know who your birth father is. But you know there's something very painful there. Your mother never told you that you were the, oh my God, that you were the product of her own rape by her father. And that's why you've had so much violations in your life, because you were conceived from a violation that brought that energy into your genetics, into your very DNA. But the healing that you've had, the healing that you've been doing, and the healing that we just did here today just changed your DNA. And you're afraid to have children because you're afraid that they might be violated too. They say you will have children one day. Somebody is pregnant right now. This seed for you is a new bun in the oven, I hear. And you're concerned about your ability to protect your child in this world. They said, you're going to be a very protective mother. They said, don't you worry about your child. Your child will never experience what you have experienced. Yes. All right. So clarifying this Ace of Pentacles, what do we have? The Ace of Pentacles is our first clarifier for the Ace of Pentacles. Praise. So thankful and grateful. Praise. That's beautiful. Yeah. Because Ace of Pentacles, that's just a double confirmation, honey. You are in your new life. You have a new life. What you gonna build on? The Three of Swords, the truth that hurts like a bee and sets you free. Somebody here, you just learned the truth about your conception. Somebody here, you just learned the truth about the fact that your mother was raped, and that's how you were conceived, and that's why she had never told you. You just found out. I heard from your uncle. You found out from your uncle now that your mother has passed. I heard for you, you held the grudge against your mother because you knew that she kept a secret from you. And so, like I said, now you're having some contrasting feelings because you're fighting this out. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're in this new energy. The pain is gone. That heartbreak and pain is not here no more. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away. You're letting go. You're moving on from what? From the devil. That devil in your past, you're letting it go. Yeah. Somebody here, by moving to a new place, you've decided, I'm not going to attach myself to this addiction no more. Again, somebody here, your mother, your father, somebody was doing some heavy drugs. I heard heroin. Somebody was doing some heavy drugs, yeah. And I heard you found some new form of treatment. I hear it's a spiritual treatment. Yeah, so you don't have to take physical chemicals into your body no more, and it's working. Somebody here, I heard somebody has been working with mushrooms. Yeah. Mushrooms. You're not taking them to trip. You're micro dosing mushrooms, and this is giving you a healing from the post-traumatic stress disorder that you carry from having been sexually violated. Yeah, from having been beaten. I hear from having been beaten in your childhood. Somebody here, you're working with the plant of marijuana. You don't smoke to get high. You smoke to heal. You're healing from this. Somebody here, you're healing from the pain of suicide. Yeah. Somebody here is using herbs, okay, natural herbs. And for someone, that's marijuana or mushrooms. For somebody, it's some other type of homeopathic herb healing that you're doing here, a new treatment method. It's actually causing you to finally feel better. Yeah. For someone, all you really needed to do was remove yourself from the situation, and that's why you feel better. Yeah. I see for someone here with this new job that's coming in, you finally feel like you're going to be able to get out of being just over broke because you come from a very impoverished background. There's a new energy here for you now. It's having a tangible effect in your physical waking life. This is beautiful. All right. As our next clarifier here for this Ace of Pentacles, it says being grounded in love, peace, and happiness to and for all parties involved is a guarantee of a successful outcome in this experience. I see for somebody here, you've had a lot of pain in your past surrounding loving connections, and you're meeting a new person, and you're afraid to engage with this person intimately, but it's coming to the point where you desire to engage with somebody intimately. I see because of your past experiences, there's some fear here. I see that you're gonna be okay. That you're actually attracting somebody here who is a very good person, who has good intentions toward you. They're saying you're not jumping into this. They're saying you've known this person for a year already today. You've already known this person for a year. I hear for someone, this is the anniversary of when you met this person, okay? For somebody, this is a year anniversary from the time you moved away from home, or the time you moved into the new city, or the time you broke off with the last devil you knew in some sort of way. Let's see what else we have coming out. Passion. Honey, whatever this fresh beginning, this new beginning in your life, oh, it's bringing you so much passion. You're so on fire about it. You are so excited for this fresh start that you have. Finally. Yeah, I hear you. Finally, I can breathe. I heard, finally, I can breathe. Finally, I see somebody doing like this. Finally, I can feel free. I see somebody standing out their front door, and you stand there and you breathe in peace, breathing in love, and breathing in happiness and security. Again, the color red coming out, that root chakra very strongly here. You have a new lease on life, I hear, okay? We have the word intend coming out in the position of the situation. So you have some powerful intentions here. For some of you, you're feeling fantastic because in your new position, again, you're an advocate of some sort. I see somebody who's working with some sort of women's advocacy group for women who are battered and abused. And you're using your education, I hear college education, in harmony and conjunction with your own personal healing path. I hear you're going to make a lot of powerful change on planet Earth with these women. For somebody, it's not women, it's children. You're an advocate for children, for the protection of children. Okay, somebody here, you became a child protective services agent because of the abuse that you dealt with as a child, and you're gonna protect a lot of children. I heard, and you're aware that even within your industry, there are ones who do not have the children's best interests at heart. So for you, we're so thankful and grateful that you're accepted this calling in order that there would be somebody with your energy there who truly has the children's best interests at heart. I see someone here who has become a teacher. I hear in particular that you're an elementary school teacher. You work with very young children, and you're very observant of the things that they don't tell. There was I can't remember the name of the book. It really touched my daughter's heart so much that she was like, Mom, you've got to read this book. And I read it. And it was all about this child who was being severely abused at home. It was about this little boy. And everybody at school teased him because he always had dirty clothes and he always stank. And he never told anybody what was going on at home. And at home, this child was not being fed. This child was being kept locked up in a basement or a garage or something like that. And I remember when my daughter read this story, it was part of a school assignment. It really broke her heart to realize that some children go through this. Yeah, you know what story I'm talking about. You know the name of this book. Somebody, I heard, this person, you've met this person that this story was about. And you became a child advocate. Were you a child that was treated that way? Oh my goodness. Yes, we have, I know of a boy whose own birth mother left him with a man who was not the birth father or anything. And that man didn't feed this boy. Did not feed this boy. He would feed all the other kids, but he wouldn't feed this boy. And this boy has some severe drug issues. Okay, maybe you know somebody like this. Now, here we go. We're going to use our power again. We have enough love, peace, and happiness in our heart. We're going to send these ones love, Luster Sky. We intentionally, by divine design now, these different ones is hurting and pain out there because the parents wouldn't feed them. The parents don't love them. The parents make them wear dirty clothes to school every day. Oh my God. The parents don't give them a bed to sleep in. Oh God, oh, I feel their pain, listeners. God, I feel their pain. And we send them love, and we send them peace, and we send them healing for their beautiful hearts, listeners. God, we send the energy of the protector, listeners. God, yes. Yes, we send the energy of the protector, listeners. God, they have a protector coming in. Somebody gonna see. Somebody going to report. Somebody going to do something about it, Lord God. Somebody's going to step up for these children. I give praise for that now. Somebody's child is going through this right now. Mm, mm, mm. Oh. Oh. And as I take in some of their pain and I transmute that energy to power, now, here, now, I take that pain and I transmute it to pure power. This child just feel a spark. These children, these women who's being held captive by abusive, dark energies. Listen, God, we send them power in their heart. We send them a spark of hope, and we send them a protector, Lord God. We send them a physical protector in their physical experience. There's a physical protector coming in for them. Somebody who's fierce, courageous, and powerful, who has the means, the resources, and everything at their disposal, and they act, and they act, and they act, and they protect this child, and they remove the child, and they protect that woman, and they remove that woman from this abusive situation. They give her help, they give her hope, they give these children help and hope. They give them a safe place. Oh, yes, Lord. They're finally finding a safe place. They're coming out of dark tunnels. They're coming out of captivity. They're coming out of basements. I see them coming out of basements. I see them coming out of boarded up back rooms. Oh, Lord, I see them coming out of secret crawl spaces that they've been kept in. They finally get a beautiful hot meal, and their stomachs are so small they can barely get another bite in, but it smells so good they can't stop themselves. Lord God, thank you that they're finally going to have their first night of peace. Thank you. I praise for this release. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Thank you. And anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy on all time, space, and dimensions right now? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Lord God. Thank you, Lord God. Taking care of your children, they are worth more than the birds and the trees. Thank you. Thank you for letting them feel the light of love touch their heart. They are worthy and they're deserving of security and peace and safety too. And we pack it in for them with love and peace and happiness and security. Yes, thank you, Lord God. We do this and we do this now for each one of these. Praise, Lord Source God. Praise. Thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. For our second round of trivia, in regards to the situation, we have Easter Island, Rapa Nui. Let's get into this trivia. For the true or false question, the name Easter Island comes from a British sailor named Easter. True or false? False. It was named by a Dutch sailor who landed there on Easter Monday. Now, I thought Easter was on a Sunday. Easter Monday, Moon Day. Okay, Easter, the day of the resurrection, praise. Okay, intuition. Oh, you know what I just saw? Part of the protective energy that just went to these ones. They're intuitively going to know that. This is so powerful. What I'm being shown as the Spirit showing me. Oh, God, this is beautiful. So what they're showing me is God's going to give all these ones an opportunity to act in their own interest and they'll escape their captors. They'll escape their abusers. They'll be able to make the abusers will be arrested. The abusers will be murdered. The abusers will be removed in some way, shape, or form, whatever is necessary. And they're going to be guided intuitively to act in their own best interests. See, I don't know what the repercussions would be. I honestly believe that there will be no repercussions if somebody was being held captive and raped, and they murdered their rapist and their captor. Now, I'm not an advocate of murder, but I am an advocate of defending yourself. Praise. So whether this person is escaping and they're telling the right person, whether this person is taking their power into their own hands, I see them escaping. I see them escaping. Praise the Lord. I see them escaping. Praise. Thank you, love source God. So thankful and grateful for that message. They're being guided intuitively. An opportunity. I'm seeing a window of opportunity. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Yeah, that archway here to escape. They're getting out. We have it here twice, double archway. They're getting out. They're escaping the devil. Praise. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here real quick is the resurrection, honey. It's a new life. Somebody here, Lord. Somebody, Lord, really? Oh, my God. They're showing me the experience of teal swan. If you're resonant with this message, go look up some of Teal Swan's information. Boy, if you like my messages, you're going to love what she talks about. She survived captivity for years with Satanists who made her partake in and witness the murder of several children. She endured so much physical abuse. And what they're showing me is there's somebody here that they're escaping a situation like this. Their parents, their true parents thought they were dead. Their true parents thought they were dead. Their true family thought they were dead. They're about to come back to life. Now, if this happens in your experience and somebody was kidnapped years ago and they come back, what you need to know is this person's going to need a lot of love and patience. They've been through something horrific. Now, where this applies to you, you're going to need a lot of love and patience, especially from yourself. You've been through something horrific, and you're coming to a rebirth. You're coming to a rebirth now. Okay. Oh, Lord, let's see. For our multiple choice question about Easter Island, which of these is the approximate distance from Easter Island to Pitcairn Island, the nearest body of land? Is it 125 miles, 1,250 miles, or 12,500 miles? The answer is 1,250 miles. 1250. 1250. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Hangman is number 12. So 1250. Hangman, number 12. Hierophant, number 5. The Fool, 0. It took a long time for God's energy, for this healing to come to them, for them to be freed, for the divine for all the energy to line up, for this person to receive and step into their power, to come out of the situation. But they finally walked away from it. Somebody here has had a different perspective, a more spiritual perspective. They've realized what a beautiful soul they become because of the challenges and the tragedies. And yes, it could have happened any other way, but this is the way you did it, okay? And you're finally releasing yourself from some of this pain, from all of this pain. I hear, not from some of this pain, I heard from all of this pain, from all of the shame, from all of the guilt, from all of the embarrassment. They say you ain't got shit to be embarrassed about because you were violated. Whoever violated you, they're the ones with shit to be embarrassed about. Now, we're going to do this number some more because what they're also showing me is with 1250, 1, the magician, 2, the high priestess, again, 5, the hierophant, and 0, the fool. 1, talking about you got your power and your resources. Somebody here, they've been planning their escape for a long time. They've been waiting for that perfect opportunity. 2, the high priest is the intuition is going to show them that perfect opportunity. 5, there's some sort of authority figure there. They could be escaping through the means of a church. Maybe somebody's been put in, somebody is going to go tell the pastor, or somebody has been going to church with these abusers. Okay, somebody's abuser was at the church. Oh boy. And they're escaping this, the fool, leaving it all behind. Okay. Somebody here was just waiting in a situation and not doing nothing for themselves. God's been showing them for a long time that, honey, all you have to do is speak up for yourself. And finally, they're finding their courage, and God's put it on their heart so strong because it's right before something become life, a life risking situation, and they're being now guided, ushered out of that experience. Praise. I give praise for that. Okay. Now, our open-ended question here. Name the country to which Eastern Island belongs. Chile is the country to which Easter Island belongs. Now, Easter Island in Chile. Why is Chile here? Chile is hot. Everybody can't eat Chile. The situation is hot. We have the passion card coming out here. Situation is hot. Like, somebody gonna take a page from Medea's books? Are they escaping because they throwing boiling hot water, hot grits on somebody or something like that? They throwing hot something on somebody. There's a hot, is somebody pushing somebody into a fire? Is somebody gonna set that whole motherfucking place on fire and get out of there? Praise if you do. I'm so excited for you. Free yourself, honey. Somebody freeing themselves. Somebody's going to let the devil burn. I heard somebody going to let the devil burn. These are some very intense messages. I'm just saying, they're very intense messages tonight. Now, the other thing I'm getting about Easter Island, I had a fascination with these giant heads on Easter Island at one point. And I did some research on them. And what I know is those giant heads represent ancestor energy. The giant heads were there in honor to their ancestors. Okay. So in this situation, what you need to know, your ancestors are supporting you. Your angels, your ancestors, and your guides. And most off, God, lustrous God. Maybe you don't speak God language. That's okay. You speak energy language. Okay, that's fine. You speak universe language. That's fine. It all applies. I'm a very synchronistic person. So I believe in all of it. Okay. And I believe it's all the same thing. So whatever your belief is, that's what it is, honey. You've been supported by that divine energy, the collective, the cosmic consciousness of the universe, that what is love at its essence, energy, that creative force that created all things in existence. Okay. And if you don't believe in any of that, what the fuck are you doing watching my show? I'm just saying, because you should have been clicked off a long time ago, as much as I've been talking about God tonight. All right. On the other side of the table, let's see what the hell we got going on the other side of the table. I'm a little bit scary about this, but let's see, because it could be talking about this devil energy, but I'm also getting that it could be talking about the new energy that's coming in. So let's see what it is, as I haven't looked. I love this. I love this. On the other side of the table, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is the new energy. This is the new energy. So on the other side of the table, here's somebody who's very understanding. There's somebody who also had taken this Ace of Pentacles, and this Queen of Pentacles she's got it in her hand now. She's grown, she's nurtured, she's matured. Was it last night's shadows message, or was it this morning's download where we had an older woman coming out in your experience? And I saw this person coming through as somebody who is very protective. Okay. This Queen of Pentacles is a very loving and nurturing energy. So these ones who are freeing themselves from this painful experience are coming into, on the other side of the table, they're meeting one, they're coming to one that is coming into a lot of nurturing and loving and healing space. That's beautiful. Clarifying this, we have the Page of Cups. It's good news. There's good news here. This is somebody's child. This is a child for somebody here. The Ten of Swords, the end of the old situation. The old situation is over. It's dead. Again, somebody's captor, somebody's predator is dead now. And you saying that's good news. Somebody is coming in with some nurturing, love, and energy here. We have the Nine of Wands. The help arriving. Help arrives. Help arrives. And the Nine of Wands is also an energy of, there's something about just gotta get there, okay? It's like you're at the threshold. All you gotta do is walk through the new door. It's like somebody inviting you in, trying to be of assistance. They're showing me the Nine of Wands from the After Tarot deck image, in which you have two people standing there who've been through some hardship, right? The Nine of Wands is the Chiron, the wounded healer. So there's somebody here who understands your pain. They're coming in to sympathize. For some of you, literally on the other side of the table, you see me. I'm the one. Something in this message today just shifted your energy. I felt it. You felt it too. For some of you, this message today is going to create such a powerful healing for you that for you, I represent this Queen of Pentacles. But for others, this is somebody else in your experience as well. In your physical experience. No, for all of you. They said, even for the ones, that's what I hear. Okay, thank you. They said, even for the ones who are resonant with having the shift in with you showing up for them, they're still having someone in their physical experience. Okay. And we have the Seven of Swords. And I hear it's all part of the divine plan. Okay. So what I see, somebody here who's making their escape, they're going to be finding a safe house of sorts. It's one of those type of places that I know from my childhood. It's like a battered women's shelter. We talk about somebody who was an advocate at a battered women's shelter, right? But it's like a safe place. This is like a victim's, really, a witness protection program. Somebody here, what you've endured was tragic enough that you're literally in a witness protection program. Somebody's getting a new identity. On the other side of the table, are you the advocate and there's a child in your experience and you're adopting a child? Somebody here is adopting a child. This is the adopted child. They're going to look at you as such a beautiful person in their life because they have never felt so cared for and nurtured. If you're adopting a child that's come out of this type of experience, praise, honey, may you have all the resources, the love, and the patience you need to just heal that child through your love, because God bless you and thank you. We all have our role to play, and you have definitely found yours. Okay, let's see what else we have on the other side of the table. If they stay this way for the rest of their life, will you want to participate in that experience? 16-year-old me, message from 16-year-old me. Okay. Interesting. So on the other side of the table, there's somebody here who's saying, I'm not going to let this person stay in. There's somebody here who has the means to help somebody heal from victimization mode. There's somebody here on the other side of the table who is helping to heal from victim mode. Okay, there's somebody who is very loving, somebody who's very nurturing, somebody who's very compassionate and very patient. Yeah, there's somebody here who's coming in as a guide to help you in this physical experience as well. Okay. We have magic here. I love this. This person appears in your experience as if by magic. This person seems so magical to you. To this child, you're like, if you're the one who is adopting a child that's been abused, you taking this child, and maybe you're a foster parent. Thank God, because some people have the worst tragic experience with foster fucking parents. You know what I'm saying? But you're not a foster parent who does it for the income. You're a foster parent who does it because you were a foster child. You were abused as a child. And you're like, oh, if I can just provide a safe space for one. Well, this child in their life, for somebody, this child you're adopting is 16 years old, because they just showed me that here. For somebody, this child is 1 year old. This 1 year old is the one I'm hearing. This 1 year old is the one whose mother was on some severe drugs. There was a 1 year old whose mother was on some strong drugs. This baby was born an addict. You know, it's a long life of healing this child. And you know, they're going to have a lot of physical issues. You don't give a fuck. You're magic in this child's life. But there's a 6-year-old here who's been severely abused in some sort of way and was removed from their original home. To this child, I hear that you're going to light up their life with love and healing and nurturing, and they're finally going to feel safe. I hear this child is going to have, for somebody, this child is going to have some sort of nightmares for a while. It'll eventually pass. I hear eventually it will pass. And again, you're being admonished to be patient with yourself, because in your experience, I'm hearing you who is coming to aid this child, that you're going to be triggered. Some of your own childhood memories will be triggered. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the child. And I hear you have all the patience you need to do this. This child is going to really appreciate your patience. I see a child who has a habit of cringing, like they do this all the time. They're so used to being beaten. You know, it's like if you call their name, they do this because they're used to anytime their name was called, they needed to try to protect their body because they were about to be abused. I see a child who does this when you call their name. I see a child who jumps if they get tapped on the shoulder. You'll learn to understand this child. You'll learn how best to work with this child. In this child's life, this child is going to see you as pure magic in their life. This child attracted you through the force of faith. Whether they know it or not, it was by their faith. Okay. Wow. Wow, you guys. Just wow. All right. What else? Wow. Look at this. The next one. I'm looking down and still, again, I say, wow. New. This is somebody new in your life. This is a new energy. You're teaching somebody a new energy. You're teaching somebody how to get over the pain. You're teaching somebody, you're loving and nurturing somebody in a way that's new to their life. And they didn't know it existed. Somebody here, they didn't never know. I heard never had a love like this. Yeah, because whoever this was, they never had a love like this before. They never had a love like this. You bring in new energy to their life. This child, this person, this woman, they've been praying for somebody. I'm hearing for somebody, this is somebody that you're going to be like their best friend. You know what I'm saying? You might meet them. I hear something about a support group. Something about a support group. Yeah. For someone, this is an earth sign energy, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay. All right. For our third round of trivia, in the other side of the table, we have an animal, and it is a chipmunk. It's a chipmunk. So let's see what else we can channel off of by learning about the chipmunk. True or false? The chipmunk's diet consists solely of nuts, grains, and seeds. Oh my fucking God. Really? Wow. False. They will eat worms, insects, or even baby birds. Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh no. Oh my God. Oh, my heart for this child. You probably know what I'm about to say. That's so, so sad. I just saw a child who was not fed. This child has eaten bugs because they were so hungry. Somebody here was fed bugs or worms or something like that. I mean, I see that there's a child here whose parent has had them living in such an impoverished experience and an abusive experience. I heard because they just wouldn't get help. They have some severe mental health issues. This person's parents had severe mental health issues. They would not help themselves, and they definitely would not help their children. This person was actually fed. Oh, disgusting. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh, my Lord. I said, oh, my Lanta. I heard, oh, my Lanta. Somebody, Kimmy Gibbler from Full House. Oh, shit, Full House. Really? So whether this child was born into this family or they were like kidnapped and these kidnappers had many children there, it's like they had so many mouths to feed. What they were feeding these children, oh my God, that makes me just completely disgusted. This is a very difficult message tonight because I'm a human and I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother. Oh my God. And I have feelings. I'm sure for some of y'all, ain't gonna finish this message because this is motherfucking hard. There's somebody who is adopting a child or coming in to rescue a child. A child is being rescued. And they were being held captive by some very disgusting, satanic, dark, evil, motherfucking, ugly ass monsters who were forcing these children to eat cooked children that were murdered. That is fucking disgusting. What a violation of human rights. Yeah, hang that motherfucker. Whatever the fuck it takes, God, get these kids out of here. I don't know who these kids are. Get them the fuck out of there now. Thank you. They said, don't worry, the spell's already been cast. They said the spell's already been cast. You know, our collective energy tonight in the spells that we verbalize and cast together, they said, oh yeah, they work. They work. Don't be surprised if you hear about some shit in the news. I don't watch the news. They said, but I'll hear about it. Somebody will report to me. I haven't watched the news in years. But the news will even get back to my physical ears. Oh, my Lord. Whew. So we're about to hit an hour and a half in our message tonight for this free tarot message that somebody here, you really needed this. Okay, let's see what God wants you to know. There's something you need to know in this. All right, what do we have? Praise. I love this. We have the Temperance card. Look at the angel is here. And immediately when I saw this, I heard healing. Healing. When I was first learning tarot, I got healing from the Temperance card. And somebody asked, where do you see healing? I said, I don't know. I just know that it's healing. Something about the two cups blending together. It's like mixing medicine. So what you need to know, For some of you, you're going to be meeting a person, and the background information on this person is going to be absolutely horrific to you. This person has been through a real life horror story. Okay. You're going to take time and get to know them. Okay. Again, your patience is key. Your patience is key. Some of you, you're an advocate, or you're some sort of spokesperson, or you're some sort of foster parent, adoptive parent. You're some sort of, some of you work in the medical industry, I hear, and you're going to be coming into contact with this child or this woman or whoever this is. Yeah, there's a healing energy here. That's what you need to know. Be patient with yourself, whoever you are. I see a nurse in particular. I see a nurse at a hospital. It's going to be very hard for you. You're going to be the main one to help. I'm hearing this child has got some malnourishment going on. They're going to need a lot of, I'm hearing they're going to need a lot of treatments to help heal their body alone, and then much less their spirit. But I hear that you are tribe, honey, and you're going to start working with their spirit, and you're going to do a healing on them. This child may not even remember you in the future. Oh, they said, yeah, they will. They said, yeah, they will. They will always remember you. You'll be one of the first friendly, loving, and nurturing faces that they ever meet. Give a shout out. Lesser Scott, they said, do this. Thank you for our people who work in emergency services, who are tribe listeners. God, we pray that you give them all the strength, all the patience, all the energy that they need to offer this healing, to be of service. These ones work on the front lines in the healing in our physical 3D experience, listeners, God, and their tribe. They know, they understand about the age of Aquarius. They understand about the awakening. They understand about balance. They understand about love and light. Listeners, God, we pray that you bolster them up. Bolster them up. We give them an insurgence of energy now to benefit them in the work that they do. Thank you, listeners, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And if that's you, you just got that. Yeah. Temperance card. Divine timing comes into play with this temperance card. Oh, yeah, it does. Divine timing definitely comes into play with this temperance card. Temperance here talking about God said no more. God said no more. God said it's time for you to come on over here, baby. We got you. We're getting you out of here now. Finally, we can do something about it. Finally, we can do something about it to free you from this. I heard in just in the nick of time. I heard saved by the bell. For somebody, an alarm is going to go off, a literal alarm. I heard an alarm like a smoke detector. Some kind of alarm is going to go off. Maybe it's a security alarm. I hear an alarm blaring. I hear an alarm blaring. I hear sirens going off. I heard paramedic. Somebody hear a paramedic. Okay, let's dig deeper. What God wants you to know. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Again, this is somebody's career. This is around your job. And you're like, I can't believe this girl is telling all these details. That's crazy. Tell me about it. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I get emergency response team. I'm getting emergency response team. We have the Emperor. There's that defender, protector energy. And that's God intervening in a situation immediately. I'm hearing on the drop of a dime. Okay. I'm hearing God. For somebody here, what I'm seeing is, God is inspired some, interesting. God put it on somebody's heart who has a whole lot of fucking money to invest in rescuing these children. That's really interesting. Wow. Somebody here knows about some underhanded shit that's going on, and God is putting it on somebody's heart to take action. And I'm hearing huge financial investment. Somebody has dedicated, they've amassed a huge wealth, and they will dedicate their wealth to rescuing ones who've been in abusive situations like this. I see homes being set up. I see old apartment complexes and old hotels being bought up and creating safe havens for ones to heal. I see somebody not only investing in healing of the body and providing a safe space, but healing their spirit and their mind. I see spiritual treatments being provided. I see somebody who is investing in, like, it's sort of like a grant or a scholarship program for ones who require healing, the ones who have been victims of abuse, of any type of abuse. I see that they'll be able to ask for help. They'll be able to contact some sort of hotline, and they'll be put into action, because I heard this person, whoever this is, praise God for them having the money, honey. Yes, because they're going to use that money. And they're saying, show me how a man spends his money, and I'll tell you where his heart is. We got somebody with a heart of gold who has had a very difficult upbringing, and they spent their life amassing a huge fortune. And they've had an epiphany. God's putting it in their heart to dedicate that entire fortune to healing. So that they're not only healing bodies, they're healing spirits, they're healing mind. Yeah. They're healing hearts. They're providing physical resources as well as spiritual resources. I mean, I'm talking about physical healers, Reiki healers, spiritual guidance counselors, empowerment speaking. It's like it's almost like a live-in school type of situation. But the people that are there really want to be there because they want to feel better. And they're getting help from mind, body, and spirit. Praise. Praise. I love this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And the other thing coming out about what you need to know is the Ace of Cups. That's what these people, that's what this person, that's what these energies are about. Okay. Now, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is self-love. Okay. So there's a healing happening for the whole persons. And I say persons for the whole persons, because we're talking about many people that are receiving a healing. So it applies both on the spiritual plane, where God energy, love source God energy, the universe is stepping up and creating this self-love en masse. Okay. For the masses. I also see, like I said, there's a wealthy, very extremely wealthy philanthropist who's investing, who's finding these types of situations. I hear this person has private investigators, especially I'm getting a very much like backwoods energy in the places. I'm hearing inner cities. I'm hearing in all types of places. It's like I'm getting it in each one of the states. In each one of the states, he's got somebody. So is this? Yes, I hear both. Okay. So it's God has inspired this person. Source, the universe has inspired somebody. They didn't know what the fuck to do with all their wealth. They just knew where they came from. And all of a sudden, they've hired private investigators to find out about people who are living in these abusive situations, who just need fucking help, who have no one to turn to, who don't have the ability to stand up for their self because of where they're at. And then they're being rescued. I see them being rescued. It's divine time for it. And this is definitely part of that age of Aquarius. Like, did y'all just think the age of Aquarius was going to become here and then boom, with the snap of fingers, everything was just going to be set right? No. Physical things have to happen in our physical world. And this is part of that happening here. Okay, it's happening. What you need to know: elevate or go to the same level. Once all options or lessons are learned on a level, elevate. This is what's happening here. There is an elevation coming to our society. Our society has played this way for too long. It's exhausted. It's time of this dark energy has been exhausted. I'm hearing the pendulum must swing both ways, and the dark energy has been allowed to run rampant on earth and exhausted all of its opportunities, and now balance must be restored. So the things that were wrong are being set to rights. What else do we have? Abundance. I told you, it's a very fucking wealthy philanthropist who is doing something all over the world. It's not just in America. It's like they've hired all the best private investigators and Spirit is working with them. God says it's not just one. There's a team. God says there's a team. God says there's other spiritual ones who are casting spells like we've done here so nice, so well tonight. Okay. They're working in their own ways as this advocate energy, as this protector energy. Beautiful. Express. I heard things are going to happen very quickly now. Things are going to be happening very quickly is the way this express is coming through here tonight. You need to know that. All right. So for our fourth round of trivia, we have a mythical creature. It's the Cyclops. And I'm getting, keep your eyes simple. There's a person of faith. Look at that big ass club. They gonna come on here. There's somebody here who is like a defender of what is good, of what is just, of what is, there's a defender of balance, of healing here. Somebody taking action. Okay. They have a singular focus. There is a singular focus on healing Earth and healing humanity. They're an angel. This person is an earth angel. There's an earth angel here who's doing beautiful things for our society, to heal our hurt ones, to heal our neglected, our abused, our abandoned ones. Thank you. Thank you. I heard thank you. Okay. Somebody has a vision. So, true or false? In Greek mythology, Cyclops are giants. That's true. This person is a giant. This person holds divine energy. This person is an energetic giant, a spiritual giant, okay? For someone, this physical advocate, this person, this philanthropist in our 3D world is, I'm getting very tall. This person is very tall in stature. They're showing me somebody who's very tall. I'm talking like very tall, okay? They're in a very tall physical body, okay? But there's a singular view, okay? And the way they use their abundance, very focused on how they use their abundance, okay? And so there's something here too about you being very focused in how you use your abundance of spirit. Now, if you were one of these ones who has had these experiences happen in your life, they're telling you here as well that if you would focus in what has helped you heal, express that. Because ones are coming into your experience in some type of way. For some, again, we've mentioned it's through a career path that you've chosen, or a path of being a volunteer in some sort of agencies that are there to rescue, help, heal in some sort of way. Very singular focus, okay? And you are a giant on earth, okay? An energetic giant. I heard you'll leave huge footsteps on this earth. They talk about what's your carbon footprint, honey? Your carbon footprint is healing. They're saying, know that as you've healed from these very difficult experiences, that you're healing your DNA. That you're healing the DNA. Okay? that you're healing your ancestral line, that the generations that follow you will be blessed because of the healing that you have done. Yeah, this is freaking amazing. This is so beautiful, you guys. From such an ugly, heart-wrenching experience comes all this abundance and beauty and healing that is so needed on our planet by so many, and they're getting it now. Praise. They're getting their needs met. Praise. So thankful and grateful. Okay. In our multiple choice question about the Cyclops, it says, which Greek hero blinded a Cyclops with a red hot stick and then escaped from its cave by clinging to the underside of a sheep? Was it Achilles, Jason, or Odysseus? It was Odysseus. Okay. So, interesting. What I'm saying is, this is wild. We have Cyclops energy on both sides of the table. So this evil entity energy, persons who are doing these ugly fucking things, are also Cyclopses. Okay? Now, you're a Cyclops energetically because of your singular focus. Your third eye is open. Spirit is guiding you on what to do with all your stuff, right? And there's this extremely wealthy person here who is doing that. But what I'm getting is, whoever these dark ones are, that like they are just as powerful, but they're dark as fuck. And yeah, this red hot stick right in the eye, they gonna be blind. I heard these dark energies, they're flying blind, honey. They will be blinded with a red hot stick. Like I said, there's somebody here who's been being abused severely in a very physical way, and they are about to stab the shit out of somebody and free themselves. They might leave that motherfucker to burn and free themselves. Somehow they are going to free themselves, and they are going to blind that motherfucker. They're not going to be able to do nothing. They're going to be decapitated. I heard decapitated. Somebody gonna cut a motherfucker's head off. I heard they just had enough. They had enough of being tortured. They've had enough of being enslaved. They've had enough of being abused. So whether this is happening in the physical or the spiritual, whether this is literal or symbolic, it's happening. These dark energies are being taken out. And I'm also hearing this is a huge spiritual battle. What y'all need to understand is there's a huge spiritual battle. It's already been won in the heavens, and it's here on earth right now, unfolding in our physical 3D reality. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Open-ended question. Name the one-eyed female character from the animated sitcom Futurama. Her name is Leela. And when I see this, I'm hearing this song from Leela James. Would you catch me if I fall for you? 'Cause I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. Will you promise to be there? Stay by my side always. Whenever I need you, don't let me down. No, no, if I give you my all, don't let me fall. Would you do that for me? Hold me. Will you love me? My heart is ready for love and to be loved. And I choose you, baby. That's the one thing I'm sure of. So I will take this one last step. Will you catch me if I fall for you? So there's an energy here of You're an advocate for somebody. There's this child, honey. They're going to fall in love with you. They're going to need to know that you will always be there, that your love will be consistent. They're so used to being on their own. They're so used to being alone. They're so used to having to do everything by themselves. They're so used to being abused. They just need somebody to catch them. Thank you, Leela James, for your beautiful song. For someone, this is happening romantically because that is a love song. But I get a strong energy here of a new mother coming in, of new family coming in, of a new home coming in. This is so beautiful. Let's get into the guidance for you, the overall guidance, okay? Wow. What a beautiful energy. We have the 10 of Cups. I told you, you have a new plot of land. What you going to build on it? A happy family. A loving, supporting family. This is freaking beautiful. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love this. So beautiful. All right, clarifying this. We have the Tower. The Tower. Okay, the Tower is coming in to tear down all the falseness, to break somebody free from captivity. Somebody, I told you, I saw hidden rooms. I saw basements. I saw boarded up rooms. I saw cellars. I saw ugly. That tower, whatever it was keeping somebody captive, being blown to smithereens. Okay, God is coming in and crashing that shit down. The 8 of Swords, to free from captivity, being freed from captivity, being freed from this catastrophic torment, from this torture. The Lovers coming in. Somebody is being divinely guided. The angel is uniting the ones that are supposed to be together. The angel is uniting those that are supposed to be together for healing, for that happy family, for that beautiful, happy outcome. The Hermit energy coming through. Because somebody has found their light. You found your light. You found your light. And as you found your light and you've healed from these torturous experiences, you shine the light for others so that they can experience the healing as well. So that they know that they are supported. So that they know that they're loved in this 3D experience. For some, you will be the first experience of love in their life. They're ready for love and to be loved. They're ready to love. They've never been able to love before. Wow. This is beautiful. Somebody finally coming out of the dark night of the soul in their physical experience into a happy home. I heard, no, if you're the one who is stepping up in somebody else's behalf to be that angel in their life, know that because of the purity of your intention, because of the beauty of your heart, that you will have every resource you need in order to carry out this beautiful duty that you've chosen to undertake. Because it was a choice. You could have pretended like there was nothing you could do. You could have pretended that the stuff wasn't going on. You could have sat back and just did nothing. But instead, you choosing to stand up. Just like somebody stood up for you, and I heard, or you stood up for yourself. Because of most of you, I hear for most of you, nobody stood up for you. You had to do this for yourself. And now you're going to take that power and stand up for somebody else. And you're going to teach them how to heal. And they're going to believe you because you're going to tell them your experience too. You're going to tell them what you've learned and what helped you. And no, your experience won't be identical to theirs, but it'll be close enough that they're going to resonate with the pain you've dealt with. And they're going to see where you're at now. And they're going to see within you the glimmer of hope that they can have that healed experience too. That they can learn another side of life. So somebody here, you've been thinking about becoming an advocate or a healer of some sort. You've been thinking about using your resources or telling your experience. You've been thinking about it. You're going to do it. And it's going to work. And you've been this is one thing I've always said for myself. If all the hurt and pain and all the tears I've gone through in my life could just help one person, I'll die in peace, and it'd all have been worth it. And I know that through this channel and through the feedback I hear from you, through the emails that I get, through the random text messages that come through the random comments that are shown on the channel, that I have successfully aided more than one of you. Many of you have written to me, and I'm so thankful and grateful that my own personal tragic experiences that triggered my own healing and my transmuting of energy for myself has been able to be beneficial here for you. And now you're going to do that for somebody else as well. What a beautiful way to take that dark energy and bring light. Praise. What else do we have in the guidance? There are too many pieces of missing information in your story. I don't feel like I have the whole truth. Wow, I have two here, two cards coming out. So for someone here, they're not going to want to tell you the whole story at first. You're not going to know everything. You're going to sense it. You're very intuitive. Intuitive is the key word here at the bottom of the card as well. Okay. Keep following your intuition. Okay. So somebody here, as you coming in and you're doing all this healing, they're not going to tell you every little bit of it. You got to be okay with that. In due time, they'll open up more and more. Remembering that this is about peeling back layers of an onion. Okay. There's layers to the healing. Okay. It's not going to be one fell swoop. It's not going to happen in one conversation. There's going to be a lot of, this is over a process of time. I'm hearing, watch the difference in our society. 10 years from today, we're going to be looking at a whole different energy on Earth. So much will have been exposed over the next 10 years. So much. I heard it took thousands of years to get our society to this place where these types of energies have been allowed to run rampant. But watch all the progress that is made in 10 years, which is nothing in the scope of time. I heard by this, there's this 6-year-old that's coming up. This 6-year-old that's coming up that I spoke about earlier. By the time this one is 10 years old, you're going to see a huge change in their energy. I heard no longer will they flinch when you call their name or you tap their shoulder. And you're going to notice it. And you'll have been a part of that. How beautiful. The other one from this deck, which I thought I had pulled one, but I pulled two. So everything for a reason, right? During the time I took a loan, I had new information revealed to me, and I am still in the phase of processing what I have learned. Contemplative. So this person, whoever, the injured one, some of you, okay, so the one who's been through this tragic experience, they're going to be processing for a long time. Somebody has felt alone for so long, that they may still crave time alone. I heard it's important that you honor that. They spent a lot of time alone in very dark places. Having a lot of loud noise and a lot of people around them could trigger them very strongly. So some of you will not be able to, won't even be able to take this child to the grocery store with you. It'll be too many people around. It'll be overwhelming for them. So be mindful. Be mindful that you're experiencing an experience with somebody who has spent a lot of time alone. Okay. And they're not going to want to tell you everything. It's going to be over a natural healing process that's happening with them over years to tell their whole story. For some of you, You're not going to immediately open up and tell all your story in this path that you're choosing of healing. But with time, you're going to actually do a lot of processing of your own experience that's going to allow you to also open up deeper about your experience. You know, if you've been here for a while, you know I've spoken over the years a lot about my father's suicide. It wasn't always that way for me. You know, I've spoken out about the sexual abuse. It wasn't always that way for me. You know, I've spoken out about the drug abuse. You know, I've spoken out about the physical abuse that I've experienced in my life. And it wasn't always that way for me. It took a lot of healing to happen before I could speak so blatantly and openly about all of these very delicate experiences that I went through. But what motivated me to do it was knowing that if I could improve my experience, and I had to find my way to do it, because whenever it came to like grief counselors or psychiatrists or anything, psychologists, I wasn't interested. God worked with me one-on-one. But through that process, I learned my own techniques. I learned things that helped me. And so here, it took time for me to find my feet in order to speak freely like I do today here with you. And if that's you and you're still in this phase where you ain't ready, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. You'll find that power in yourself too. Some of you are still in healing processes from these very horrific experiences. And give yourself time. Be patient with yourself. How would you respond if you found a child while you were out? Let's say you were out going camping or something, and this child runs into the middle of the street, disheveled, abused, clearly starving. How would you treat them if you stumbled upon them? Would you not approach with caution, with care and concern, and do all in your power? Yeah, you would, because your tribe. You've watched this whole message. You have love, peace, and happiness flowing all through you. You would do everything you could. If this child was naked, you would find something. You would take the shirt off your own back and cover this child immediately. If you had a blanket, you would wrap them up. If you had food or water, you'd give them anything you had to help them. Now, God says, can you do that for yourself? Because that's what you need to do. That's how you need to take care of yourself. You've been through a horrific experience if you were resonant in this message. Love and nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please, and thank you. Be kind to yourself as though you were the one finding you, disheveled, abused, and unclothed. What would you do for that child? Do it for you. All right. Our next clarifier. Anger. Abso-fucking-lutely yes. Guidance. This person, whoever is coming out of these experiences, honey, they've been through some major pains. To elevate from this experience, at some point, they're going to find their fucking anger. And you know what? When they do, and if this is you and you're finding your anger, it's good. It is good that you should find your anger about the abuse you've suffered, because you know what? That's processing these emotions. That's processing these emotions. So if you're the one who's caring for this person who's been through this horrific experience, don't take their anger personally. They've been through some real shit. And when you're so low on the emotional scale, oh goodness, let me go see if I can find that sheet. I'm going to grab hold on a second. I got to grab this notebook where I keep spiritual information. I hope it's in there. God, please let it be in there. If you have been so repressed for so long, unable to act in your own behalf, unable to act in self-defense, and unprotected, abused, and such. There are many repressed emotions that must be released. And let me see if I can find this vibrational scale that Bubba gave me. And if that's true, then it's necessary to move through these emotional experiences. And there's an emotional scale. Oh, I might have a picture of it in my phone. Hold on. Let me just look through here real quick, because this is my notebook where I keep all my spiritual stuffs. So let me see if I can just find it. They're all tabbed. If I can't find it here, I'm about to dig through my phone, because it's a perfect understanding of how pain is a level up from depression and victimization, and anger is a level up from that pain. See, that anger helps us to release the pain. It helps us to release those repressed emotions of having been victimized, of having... Here we go. Hold on a second. No, this is different. It's the emotion code chart. Now, okay, they said talk about that too. So let me pull this out of the binder. We'll talk about that. But let me see if I can find the one I'm thinking about. There's another one I have. Yeah. So pain, the anger is a step up from victimization. It's a step up from being disempowered. Okay. So apparently this is what I needed to find from this book, because I didn't find what I was looking for. Let me still look on my phone real quick. I think I might have it in my photos. I might have a screenshot of it in my favorites. So one moment, please. Is this it? No. I got all this esoteric spiritual information. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Lord, that I do have it. All right. So I'll be posting this on my community tab. Some of y'all need this, okay? But look at it. This is a vibrational scale. Okay. What I want you to see here is anger is right here. And look what's below anger. Below anger is desire. Below anger is fear. Below anger is grief. Below anger is apathy, guilt, and shame. And the thing about these emotions, okay, at the top is enlightenment, peace, joy, love, okay, reason, and acceptance. You cannot hop up this ladder. You can't just fucking hop to another part of this scale. You must climb it as a ladder from the bottom to the top. So if one is sitting in shame, which is at the bottom, they're going to have to feel grief, apathy, all of the guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, and all of these emotions in order to raise to the point of neutrality. And once you get to a neutrality, then you continue to raise your vibration. Okay, I'm about to share this right now for the tribe. If you feel like you need to see that or remember that, you might need to have this. If you are this person who is an advocate for ones who have been in these types of experiences, what we need you to do is save this, because or print it off, find it somewhere, because it's going to help the people you're trying to teach. Okay, if this is part of your career, this is going to help the ones that you are working with to understand some of their own feelings, and to understand that their anger is natural and it's okay. So I've posted that to the community tab. It's only going to show part of the image. You can click on it and it'll open it full size for you. So the other thing that came through, the emotion code chart, Bubba gave me this. And this one here, I'll take a picture of it and post it as well. So certain emotions affect the body. Somebody, they might be having some physical. So we talked about the healing that's going on is in a wholeness, right? It's not, we said the healing was body, mind, and spirit, right? So if this is you, these are tools that will benefit you in healing all those energies, okay? Now, interesting enough, because we have anger here. So somebody is having liver or gallbladder issues, and it's because of anger. So what this shows is problems with physical elements of the body and the emotions that are attached to them, okay? All right, the emotions and the experiences that are attached to them. Now, next to anger is depression. So I don't know what column A and column B is supposed to be about. What I do know is that this is going to help you understand some of the physical ailments that ones could be having, and maybe you know? So that's there. Okay, so somebody here, you got to understand what the guidance. It's okay for you to get mad about what happened to you. You have every right to your anger. Don't judge yourself for being in anger. Oh boy, oh boy. And again, in the beginning, we talked about somebody here who you're having some huge contrasting feelings because the one who victimized you was a loved one. It was a parent. It was somebody who was important to you, but they were the ones who violated you in some type of way. And so you're feeling some shame or some guilt about your anger. No, it's okay for you to be angry. All right. Now, the next word that comes out is unconventional in the guidance. So it may be unconventional treatments, very helpful here. Unconventional treatments. Again, it's coming through. It did before. I did this for my daughter. Just for those of you who remember that we went through the experience of the suicide last year. It just passed the anniversary. And some of her unconditional healing methods that she chose to benefit her as the anniversary came around, she gave herself some retail therapy. She gave herself some time with her friends. She gave herself some experiences with marijuana that it helps her. It helps heal her anxiety. Unconventional treatments, okay? Again, I mentioned earlier, and they brought it to my mind, there's scientific evidence-based practices that show that use of mushrooms helps heal post-traumatic stress disorder, okay? Unconventional treatments, Reiki, and somebody access bars is a beautiful healing treatment. These are unconventional treatments, okay? We're talking about healing the whole person, not just their physical body, okay? Unconventional. You're going to be using unconventional treatments. We're not talking about, well, some might use pills of some sort as well, but I'm really not talking about that. We're not trying to switch out one issue for another here, okay? Okay. In our fifth round of trivia, clarifying our final position, which is the guidance for you, what do we have? It's an animal. It's the moose. The moose, okay. So, for our true or false, European moose are called elk. True. Elk. ELK might be somebody's initials. If so, yes is your answer. I don't know what that's about. Yes is your answer. Okay. Our multiple choice question. The moose's name is believed to come from an Algonquian word for which of these descriptions of it? It stands tall, it strips off, or it wades in water. It strips off. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to have to be removed from this person's energy. Now, what they're showing me is you saw the way we did the healing work and we packed it in with love. That's literally what has to happen. That is the guidance. You're going to have to strip off all the false programming, all the false ideas that were given to them. These ones that we're talking about, and is this you personally as well, where somebody belittled and berated a person and just gave them all these false ideas about who and what they are. You're going to have to strip off all that shit and pack it in with love. Fill it back in with love and empowerment. That's the guidance. All right. For our open-ended question and our final question for all of our trivia tonight, what are the ends of the antlers called? They're called points. An average adult male has 16 to 28 points on its antlers. 16 is the Tower card. The Tower card came in this position. So the Tower card. There are points for breaking down these false beliefs. That's going to help. I'm hearing that's going to be very helpful. Breaking down the false beliefs that these people have adopted from, and you yourself, if you resonate with being in these experiences, from being in these experiences, right? There's major points for tearing down the false beliefs, and it's necessary in order to get to that point of power. Now, how is it accomplished? It said an average adult male has 16 to 28 points on its antlers. So the 16, the tearing down or the stripping off of those false programs and beliefs, is accomplished through 28. 2 is the High Priestess, and 8 is the Strength card. Okay. Both of those together make 10, which is your Wheel of Fortune. So the High Priestess is giving me the energy of duality. Okay. So understand that when this person is ready, they will reveal their secrets. Like I said, they're not going to want to tell everything. Respect their privacy. One of these things about whoever's been through this, privacy is big for you. If you've been violated like this, if you've been abused like this, your privacy is big for you. You can't go and violate these people's privacy after they've been in these types of experiences. So respect their privacy. Respect their need to open up as they're ready. Respect the fact that they're going to have secrets for a while they're healing and processing from where the fuck they've been and where the fuck they are now. Because it's a far cry from where they've been. It's a very different experience. They're going to need some time to process and heal. Okay. 8 card. As this person is doing this and as they're being respected in what their needs are at the time, they're going to find their power. They're going to find their courage to tell their experience, to tell what they've really learned, what they've really been through, what they've really undergone. Okay. Likewise, for you, as you're stripping off all these programs and filters that you got from whatever horrific experience you went through, Spirit has been teaching you and you're learning, okay? You've kept certain things to yourself. You're going to find your courage to open up in some way, maybe to someone. Maybe you're not going to open up to a person. Maybe you're going to start writing it in a journal. Some of you will put it down in artwork. Whatever this is, it's going to be part of your healing process, and that's okay. This all leads to that Wheel of Fortune. The 2 plus 8 from the 28 equals 10. Major Arcana 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is closing out the old cycle, putting a capstone on that bitch, burying it. I heard putting it in the sarcophagus. What the fuck? 16 to 28. All right. What an intense freaking message tonight. I strongly see that if you were here, you're either the advocate or you're the one who went through this experience. If you're the advocate, you went through this experience. It's just not as recent as the others. What I want to say to all of you, you are important. You matter. You're here for a reason. And every ugly thing you ever went through, you can take power from it. And you may not be ready to do that right now. And that's okay. You'll be ready one day. You might, if you went through this experience, they're saying you need to share the link to this video with yourself somewhere. Create a playlist where you can watch it again. You need to save the link to this reading, because this is one you'll want to watch again as you advance in your healing. When you have those moments when you're feeling particularly low, watching this reading will help you to grow through the experiences. If you were triggered watching this and it made you cry, you might need to watch it again. Okay. I really am so thankful and grateful to be able to share this message for you, because somebody really needed this message. If this is you, we want you to proclaim your healing in this comment and affirm, I am victorious, because you are. You've overcome so much already, no matter where you're at in this experience. You've overcome so much already. You are victorious. Give yourself credit for how much you've overcome already. Don't belittle yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. The world has been mean enough to you. You know what I'm saying? If somebody get jumped and get beat up, you don't go bang your head on a wall after it. You go get help. You go get healing. That's what's happening here. Okay, so don't beat yourself down. You ain't got shit to be ashamed of. You ain't guilty of nothing. If you're feeling guilty because somebody did you wrong and they passed and all this stuff, and you're having mixed feelings about their passing, fuck it. That's what I say. Fuck it. You feel the way you feel, and it's okay. And feelings, remember that feelings are like clouds, honey. They come in and they go out. In a minute, you're going to be feeling different. Let that happen. If you need to cry it out, scream it out, get pissed off, go do a crash room, a smash room, grab, maybe you need to fucking destroy something. Maybe you need to burn something up. It's okay. You've been repressed for so long. Those energies need to come out of you, because if they do not come out of you, you will hold them in your body and they will create dis-ease in your body. And we don't want that for you, because the healing is available now. So thank you for being here for this message. Thank you for sharing it with somebody who you know needs it. I feel like this is going to be one of the most shared messages that I've ever given, because you know somebody who needs this message. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby.